Welcome to Actors 2020 Podcast. I'm your host, Johnny Keith, and today, I don't know if we're going to Canada, I don't know if we're going to Lithuania, I don't know if we're going to the United Kingdom, because this guy can work in all of those countries, including the good old US of A. His name is
Spencer Macintyre.
He was a child actor, then he was in a punk band, then I guess he grew up and he started an accounting firm, and he did that for about 7 years, sold that, now he's back in acting. Let's see what he has to offer you. But before we get to that, I am a real estate broker here in Los Angeles, and if you're buying a home, I have several buyer's agents that I can assign to you. And if you want to sell your home, I will personally list your home with another real estate agent that's in your hyper local area, and together we will get your home sold in the least amount of days for the most amount of money, and 10% of the proceeds goes to the Actors Fund. TeamRiley.com, TeamRiley.com. Oh, really? No, Riley, TeamRiley.com. And here we go.
Hey.
Hey, Spencer, it's Johnny Keith from Actors 2020 Podcast. How are you?
Just wrapping some stuff up for the year.
Great. So your first acting gig was like when you were 6 years old. Was it that commercial that you were talking about on the airline commercial, or was it something other than that?
The first one was an airline commercial. So it was for the now defunct Air Nova, which all the provinces had our own airlines, and then now it's all just Air Canada.
So how'd you get that gig?
Classified ad in the newspaper. There was an agency in town looking for young actors.
So what else did you do after that?
Big list of commercials I did, and I was on a few TV shows. It was like I wasn't allowed to go to art school. So.
You're going to get a job, boy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm the first one on my dad's side that was born in North America.
All right.
It's that classic immigrant story, you know?
Right. So your parents gave you that advice. You can't go to art school, but you decided to join a punk band and tour?
Yeah. Well, so the touring all really happened kind of after high school, but I hung around with like a bunch of punk bands. And after high school, like I moved down to the city, down to Toronto when I was about 18 years old. And yeah, I went on tour with a few bands.
What'd you do? Did you sing? Did you play? Or were you the part of the background?
Oh, I was mostly on the business side.
Oh, really? Okay.
So I was like selling merch, and I did a lot of merch for a lot of bands.
Okay.
And then like while I was in Toronto, I was doing like stage management and putting on shows.
Right. You have to make sure that they get paid or something, right?
Yeah.
How'd you end up getting all that knowledge and getting the accounting firm going?
Doing all that kind of gave me like a nice base knowledge. I just kind of figured it out on the fly. That's pretty much just how I live my life, is trial and error. I already kind of knew a bunch of stuff, and I was looking for any job just that was a little bit more solid in the music industry. So when I was early 20s, I just got an internship at this accounting firm specialized in the music industry. I went to college, and like this guy, the guy who owned it was one of the teachers there. So I did that, got hired after a month and a half because I just got it in front of all the other interns. Worked there for about 2.5 years. It wasn't really an environment that I felt like I was thriving in. So I left. A bunch of the clients were like, hey, I really only dealt with you, so can you still do my taxes? And I was like, yeah, sure, I could use some extra cash after I left. And then that snowballed from 35 clients in the first year to about 700. Wow. And then, but a lot of them, and it's all across the entertainment industry, so a lot of them were actors too. All these actors are coming in and they're like, yeah, you know, I got all this, I got booked this. Man, I missed this. And
but you made it into a real business though, right?
Totally, yeah. I mean, enough that somebody really wanted it, you know?
Right.
And wanted to give me money for it.
That's great. So you sold that, and then, hey, how'd you get the nickname Spenny?
There's a show called Kenny versus Spenny. I'm not sure if you're familiar with it. It's based in Toronto. It's like this reality show where these two roommates they challenge each other, and they have these really gross consequences. It's like a giant game of truth or dare. And one of the guys on it, his name is Spencer, and to make it rhyme, it was Kenny versus Spenny.
Oh, okay.
So everyone just started calling me Spenny after that show came out.
Hey, does anyone ever say, hey, there's Conor McGregor?
Oh, no. I haven't gotten that one.
Come on, oh, really? Come on, you look like
no.
I mean, you would have to gain a few pounds, and if you're really still at 155, are you still at 155 right now? Because that's kind of thin for being 6 foot.
I'm at 155 right now. My trainer and I are trying to put on 20 pounds, but it's a lot harder than we thought it was going to be. So.
But you came down to 155, right? Weren't you a little heavier than that?
Yeah. I was in 2019, and I think this is actually kind of the precipice to like me pursuing acting. I was at 185, but
yeah, that's me.
It was not a healthy 185. I was just like, you know what? I'm kind of done with this. What I had done is quit smoking and changed nothing else about my life.
Really? So you still ate flour, sugar, and fat fries and stuff like that?
I gained a lot of weight. I was looking at myself in the mirror. All my shirts were not fitting. And I was like, you know what? I got to change this. I started going to the gym, changed my entire lifestyle. It really helped me change my entire outlook on everything and gave me a lot of mental clarity. And it kind of led me to this decision where someone offered to purchase my firm. I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to give this acting thing a full-time shot.
I just got back below 180, so I'm like 177, 178. I go, okay, don't screw this up. I can probably get to 190 like quick because all my family's a little heavy. So where'd you get all your like firearm and stage combat training?
So I went to this place called Rapier Wit in downtown Toronto. Literally all just combat for stage, and they have a really good way of describing it. Dan Levinson's the owner and one of the teachers there. The illusion of violence, that's what it is.
That's good. I like that.
Like they have like a couple ways of doing the courses. They're really good, and like the Fight Directors organization, they're really supportive. I learned so much from them, and they offer so many different classes too. I've learned so much from there. There's a performance at the end. You do a stage performance, and I'm not a theater guy. It gave me like a whole new respect for that, and I was like, wow, this is very different than screen acting.
Yes, that's true. I recently did a play, and every day I'm like, I'm quitting. I hate this. I'm not doing it.
It's so different.
I stuck it out. And then at the very end, when you get the applause, you're like, you know what? Maybe I'll do another one. The rehearsal time's a lot.
Applause at the end, that's got to be like that instant gratification.
So did you used to DJ? If so, where'd you do it at?
Yeah, I used to do that on the side, just for fun. There's a bar in Toronto called Sneaky D's, and I used to do this thing called It Ain't Easy Being Cheesy, and just play like the cheesiest pop music. Yeah. Because it was like, so yeah. It was, and we had that, and then, I was DJ at restaurants around the city. I had a lot of fun doing it too. I mean, I kind of miss it, to be totally honest. I don't miss the schedule. Yeah. I'm like going to bed at like 10 now, unless I'm on set, 16-hour days.
Hey, when you did that photo shoot for America's Best Dressed Man, did you get to keep the outfits?
That was custom tailored for me.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
yeah.
Oh,
so that is sitting in my closet, but it's just like tucked away. Make sure my cat doesn't try to climb on wherever that is. My friend Dan, the guy who owns Articles of Style, he was like, "Are you sure we want to do this? Like, you're never gonna not want something that's not tailored ever again." And I was like, crap. Yeah, do it. And also, like, like as an actor, even when you're doing auditions, you can't like wear anything that's gonna stand out too much. One time I wore a very bright red plaid, a flannel shirt, and it was very Canadian. My agent sent it back. He's like, absolutely not. Change that shirt. And I was like, okay, that's never happening again.
Yeah, well, it's blue collar roles, man. That's perfect. Since you don't have your accounting firm anymore, what do you do for money right now?
Well, I'm in the lucky position where I sold it, so I can do acting full time.
Oh, that's great.
Just do auditions. I mean, I didn't make millions of dollars off the sale, but I have enough to support myself.
I know, because I have a business too, and I'm always thinking about selling it, and I'm thinking, well, God, after I sell it, then what? I don't get all those write-offs.
Yeah.
Because I could get, a few $100,000 or something for it, but
absolutely.
But then what?
And I mean, when I started the firm, I didn't have any other jobs. I had one just to do the firm full time, and I just noticed that I put all my effort into that, and it was a good moneymaker and a job I loved. I don't have the same passion I do for it as acting. So now that I can do acting full time, put all of my energy into that and just grow and be better and just really hone the craft.
Hey, so you still have the red beard, right?
I literally just shaved it a couple days ago.
No,
really? Yeah. Had new headshots done yesterday. Grew the beard initially because I had gained so much weight, and then I was like, you know what? I've lost a lot of weight. I'm really in shape now. Let's see what's underneath this. And I talked to my agent about it.
Oh,
and
wow.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know there was a jawline there, but
So if you're auditioning like 10 times a week, I mean, I do the same thing, 30, 40 auditions a month. So what's your setup like?
So I have a dedicated room for it. I'm actually in it right now, so I'm looking. It's easy. Got a couple of things off Amazon for the background. I got a nice gray one. Amazingly makes such a big difference when you're looking at it on screen. And then I film everything on an iPad, and I have that on this weird light stand that I had to kind of finagle together. So, I don't know, it's weird, but it works, man. Like, I just tallied my auditions for the year, and to me, it didn't feel like a crazy amount, but some other actors reached out, and they're like, wow, you had so many auditions. I was like, oh my God, really?
Yeah, it's a lot. And I have a room dedicated to it as well. Because before I didn't, I'll go, I'm tired of setting this stuff up. I'm auditioning too much. I can't. Right. It takes too much time. Yeah. So boom, boom, turn the lights on, put the camera on. If I want to use the teleprompter, I'll put it above there. If I don't have time to learn the lines, just knock them out, change the shirt, do another one. And you don't even have to wear pants.
Yeah, that's the best part. like these phone interviews,
Yeah, that's true. It'd be like, here's a cop part. I don't need to show the gun and all that. I just put my little thing on. Oh, here's a dad. Okay, let's put the dad clothes on. Oh, here's a doctor. Okay, let's do that. And like, let's say I want a full body shot. I usually don't even do it. I just have a stock one that I said, and I'm going to put a full body shot in right now. Then I just throw a picture in there. I'm like, I'm not putting on pants. Hey, on that trailer, Tales from the Territory, what did you do?
I play a referee in that, Jerry Calhoun. It's a reenactment. Super fun, though.
I did some kind of reenactment thing for it, and it might have been for that. Cause sometimes you do so many things, you don't write them down. You're like, hey, where's my $400?
Yeah.
You know? So the Good versus Evil, the Haunting. So you played a priest?
Yeah. So Haunted Hospitals, that one's another reenactment show. I've been focused on going overseas next month just to film some stuff. So I've been really focused on that. So like my brain's not even focused on what's happened this past.
Were you going overseas to work?
Lithuania. So we're going to do a bunch of stuff in English. There's a bunch of actors over there. So we're going to just film a bunch of things. There's a couple things going on that I can't talk about quite yet. Some really cool projects I got coming up in 2023 from the looks of it. I'm always of the notion, you never really know until like your face is playing on the screen.
That is true. So actors getting into the business right now, you have any advice for them?
Making your own work, that's the kind of and doing everything you can to get yourself out there in front of casting directors. I mean, it's hard enough to get an agent. And if you're lucky enough to get an agent, do your research and make sure you're getting a good one. Take classes. That's definitely the place to start. See if it's even right for you.
Okay, that's good advice. Okay, so casting directors listening, why should they hire you?
Ooh, why should they hire me? I'm unique. I bring stuff to the table. I'm a hard worker. And I always make sure that everyone's taken care of on set.
Because a lot of times when it comes down to you and another actor, they're like, who would I really want to be hanging around with for 12 to 14 hours? Who's cool? So wrapping up here, is there anything else you'd like to say before we go?
Thank you for having me, man. I'm really excited for 2023 and all the awesomeness it's hold. I'm sad because the person who actually got me back into acting, he passed away a week ago.
Oh, wow. Sorry.
Yeah. So, I mean, it sucks that he's not going to come in to 2023 with us, but I'm hoping I can make him proud.
Well, that's awesome. Hey, Spencer, thank you so much. I appreciate you taking time out of your day to enlighten my audience. I'm sure maybe somebody was just listening and what you said, down and out, life's too short, get off your ass, get it done now, get some training, get on the set and live your dream. All right, great chatting with you.
Johnny, thank you so much for having me. Hopefully we'll get to work together in the future.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Spencer started acting at the age of 6. He learned the business side of accounting, touring with a punk band. That led to an accounting job, started his own accounting firm, sold that, and now he's pursuing acting full-time. He's living the dream. Dreams do come true if you have one. Spencer also told me that community theater is a great place to start your acting career. You can find more information about Spencer in the description area. We have links to his Instagram page. And if you're looking for a real estate agent in any of the 50 states, I have a free real estate agent referral service, teamriley.com. Oh, really? No, Riley. Now.
Listen, learn, because here comes the lesson. Lesson 1. Everybody sit down, JK's gonna take you for a ride uptown. Hey yo, this is the story of the Hollywood game. Choose your path careful, you're the only one to blame when it comes to things that you don't know. Stick to the rules and just say no, because you're young, you're eager, you're on in the movies. Don't think you'll get there by giving up your beauty. They'll use you, abuse you, throw you out like trash, and then you'll discover that you're out of cash. Now your heart, your soul is somewhere on the shelf, and you're walking through the streets now talking to yourself. The lesson. Well, you heard lesson 1, it's time for lesson 2. You have a choice and the choice is up to you. I came to Hollywood to be a rich and famous star, but for now I'm waiting tables and I'm tending someone's bar. Pictures, classes, agents, where the heck does it all end? Every time I turn around I'm starting over again. I finally got a break with a 5 line and under. My life was starting to roar like lightning and thunder. The phone rings, hello, I'm casting a pilot. My life's been out of control just like an LA riot. I walked off the set, said to heck with this all man. The phone's not even ringing and my life is in the can. The lesson. Yep, final lesson here, of course it's number 3. Now remember, I'm an actor to be or not to be. When the going got tough, I climbed into the bottom. I'm back on my feet now, revving my throttle on the climb to the top. It's the same old games, but now I'm kicking butt and I'm taking some names. Clawing, scraping, screaming, it was a long hard crawl, but it was all worth it. I'm a box off the straw, opportunity was there and I took it with a punch. Not now, baby, but let's do lunch. There's a big piece of pie and you should grab your portion, and you can be like me enjoying fame and fortune. Boom! That's the lesson. Go and learn it. It's the lesson. Go and learn it. Thank you for tuning in to Actors 2020 Podcast. I'm your host, Johnny Key. Until the next episode. Bye-bye.